Hi everyone, and welcome to our next Monday Fun Day. Today's a free day in Poland, so it's a national holiday, and so that's why I'm not doing this early in the morning, but I'm doing it in the evening because I've had a very lazy day today. Lazy day, just stuff for myself, and so that's kind of fun to just have a day and do things only that I wanted to, nothing really that I haven't wanted to do. This is something that I enjoy doing, so I'm going to go ahead and have some fun with this. In fact, I was thinking about today about all the stuff that has been going on in the crazy world recently. I've noticed either the world's getting a lot crazier or I'm getting a lot crazier. And since I kind of worry about my mental health all the time, I hope it's all the world that's getting crazy and I'm still the normal one. But sometimes what we have to do is think about what kind of makes you happy. And I remember I was watching a TV program a long time ago, and there was this funny line that came up, and it kind of stuck in my head that someone had an external locus of identity. And I thought, wow, that's a clever thing to say. And so when you have, and what that means is that the part of you that is happy is not found within you. And so locus just means location. So the location of yourself is not actually inside yourself, it's outside of yourself. And so this makes being happy kind of really difficult because it's almost giving up control of what's happening. And in fact, when I was doing some research later and trying to find out more about this subject, because I just have an insane curiosity about anything that I don't know about, I found out that there's also something called an external locus of control. And so this is not so much that my own personality is described outside of myself, but also what I do in my life. Is it controlled by me or is it controlled by other people? And so I was kind of thinking about this topic, and because I have this very strong feeling, and this is something I've learned in probably the last 5 years. And so it's been a hard lesson. I wish I had known it earlier, but there's lots of things that we can control in our lives that can make us happier. And it's surprising that lots of people don't do things like this. There's some topics that I love talking about all the time with people. And some people know about some other things that I'm going to talk about. Lots of people know about some of them. And so we're going to just talk about some little things that I do. And not only I, but with my partner, Elizabeth. Elizabeth and I do these. We're hoping to get married sometime this year. So partner, fiance, well, sometimes I just call her my wife, and everyone's happy. So these are things that we do on a daily basis, pretty much. Some of them not daily, some of them, but regularly. So these are things we do regularly. Actually, 3 of the 4 things that I'm going to be talking about are on a daily basis, but there's a 4th that there's just no need to do it daily, but I do it regularly. So these are some kind of funny things that we do to take some control of our lives and to make lives happier and to bring, I guess, just more satisfaction. And I thought this was kind of funny. Now, you'd probably think with like all the little cat stuff behind me, and there's an Eiffel Tower and a lamp over there that changes colors. That's all 3D printed stuff. But I'm not going to talk about my hobby yet. I'm surprised that I haven't. But I'm going to talk about something else. We have a piggy bank. And yes, it's a 3D printed piggy bank, so it looks kind of gold, and you can hopefully hear that it's all filled with money. The level is about right there. And it's filled with 5 zloty coins. Now, for those of you not in Poland, 5 zloty coin, it's the biggest coin that they have in Poland. And so this is the most valuable, and it's worth a little over $1, maybe like $1.30. So it's not quite $1.50, but over $1. So this is fun. And every day we put in 2 5 zloty coins. So each of us has to put in It started out with I collected my 5 zloty coins, she collected hers, and now we just keep all of the coins together. And so every day we put in 10 zloty, so 2 coins, one for each of us, and we smile and we usually say ka-ching, and we give each other a kiss, and that's kind of fun that we do this every day, usually in the morning. So this is usually something that we do when we first wake up. We feed the piggy bank. Now, what did we do with this? Well, I found out actually that one of these 3D printed piggy banks, because you can't fill it all the way with coins because of the way the inside is, but these will hold 2,500 zloty. And when we bought Elizabeth's car last year, we had 2 of these banks full, so we had almost 5,000 zloty just in coins. And so we had 1,000 coins, so each one of these, and so we were using it to help pay for the car. And it didn't pay for all of the car, but over 10% of the car was paid for just with coins that we collected every day from the piggy bank. So this is something that, you wake up and you look forward to because it gives you something happy to do in the morning. And so this is always really nice. Now, in some of my other films, you can see that I have lots of candles with essential oils. And this is one thing that I've just learned as I got older, that if you just have a nice scented room, I mean, it's real simple, just like I always like mint and pine, nothing really heavy, but lots of lighter scents. Elizabeth likes more flowery, and so sometimes we mix, for example, flowers with mint. And so every couple months I have to go and buy 20 bottles of essential oils, and then we use them all the time. And this is just one of those things that's surprising. I'm always surprised about how this just makes you kind of happier, and it just makes life kind of just easier and more wonderful. And also one thing that I do now, these are things that we do pretty much every day. Every morning we do the piggy bank. Almost all the time one of these candles is burning with some kind of oil. And we have a different one in the bedroom. Kitchen has its own beautiful smells, so we don't need that. One other thing that I've learned, now my fiancée Elizabeth loves to keep things clean. So she really enjoys everything being neat and tidy. And so pretty much everything in the house is always neat and tidy. I'm a little different, but I'm doing my best always to keep things neat and tidy. So this is one thing that I always try and do. But what I have learned is something really nice. And I've probably been doing this for about 3 years now. And I'm surprised how just happy it makes me. That always in our kitchen, we have cut flowers. And so there's a small grocery store near our house that I go shopping, and they sell tulips or roses or daisies or some kind of cut flowers. And the flowers last about a week, maybe 10 days. And then, so when the flowers die, we throw them away. And the next time I go shopping, I get more flowers. So if we ever have dead flowers or don't have flowers, then the next time I go shopping, we get more flowers. So it ends up I buy flowers about twice a month. And when we were doing a remodeling of our kitchen, and we didn't have a kitchen table for a while because we were eating in the living room, because that's what we were having. I was surprised because there was no real place to put the flowers, so we didn't have flowers for a while, and it affected me. I noticed that I just wasn't as happy. It wasn't something that I had, that this was something I guess I always looked forward to, is getting more flowers. What color am I going to get? What is that's going to happen? So that always made things nice. So let's see. We've got the oils, the ka-ching with our piggy bank. We have flowers, and the last thing isn't my thing that I do. So I don't usually do this. This is Elizabeth's little project. But for those of you who know Elizabeth, she's a very healthy person. So she does a lot of things she exercises regularly, she eats very well. And so we don't eat a lot of sugar in our house. We eat pretty healthy foods. And so we started drinking juice, fresh squeezed juice, vegetable and fruit juice every day. And I guess we started in about April of last year. So we've been doing it over a year. And so every day we make about 2 liters of juice. So this would be about half gallon for those in the States. And it's usually something like carrot, beetroot, parsley, celery, apple, sometimes lemons, whatever kind of fruits and vegetables we have in the house. We get lots of fruit and vegetables in our house. And so sometimes we throw in grapes, sometimes there's more lemons, sometimes grapefruit, sometimes I think we've even had like cherry juice. And so it's just all mixed fruit and vegetable juice. And so I get to drink a big, huge glass of this every day, probably about well over half liter, probably about like a 0.6. So well over a half liter of juice that we drink every day. All of us do drink the juice. So Elizabeth and her parents also who live with us. And so this is something that's funny. Actually, I was thinking, and our juicer is, I think, the most expensive single item in our kitchen. It was more expensive than our fridge, more expensive than the oven, more expensive than anything else that we have. It's the juicer. That's the most expensive thing. So we drink juice every day. Now, the advantages are that nobody's been sick in the family for a year. So we have 4 people and nobody's been sick. And so that's kind of nice that there are positive results out of this. So what's the whole point of this? I mean, will doing any of these things make everybody happy? I have no idea. I mean, I couldn't tell you if it would work or it doesn't work. I know that little candle always makes me kind of happy. That's a new one that I bought for Christmas. And so it's been used just about every day since Christmas. And so all of these things, I mean, you just get little things that can make you happy. I mean, in a crazy world, you got to find as many small things as possible to make you happy. And these are just some of the things that I just wanted to share with the world, because actually one of the things that's been kind of making me happy, I've been doing YouTube videos since about November, so about 6 months. And so I've been having almost every day I make a video. And so this is something that also kind of makes me happy because I get to look forward to what am I going to talk about. I've got 3 different sets of movies that I do regularly. And so I'm always in the back of my mind thinking about what I'm going to say next. If there's any questions that people have, if there's anything that you're curious about, go ahead and ask. I don't really have any secrets, so I would share everything. And that's probably about it for today. I can't think of anything else that I would want to talk about keeping your identity internal, so that way you can just make yourself a little happier. Well, thank you very much. Have a good day.